that's the key question. To know who are the powerful, where power is, and how does it function, it's very complicated.
Do you think that power is concealed, true power, without getting too conspiratorial?
Yeah, I mean, certainly in the modern world, for a couple of centuries, one of the main functions of power is to conceal power. There is kind of a law of history. If you don't have a lot of power, you try to exaggerate your power. If you have a lot of power, you try to conceal it. If you're a king in England in the 12th century, you don't have a lot of power. But you try to conceal your weakness by these extravagant displays of power. So you go with like a pile of gold on your head, and you wear all these furs and pearls, and every now and then you tell people, okay, cut off his head. And that makes people feel, oh, he's very powerful. But actually, he's very weak. Because the state is very weak. Then you move to the modern age, and leaders and governments really have enormous amounts of power, but they don't want to attract too much attention to it. So, that they dress plainly, like an ordinary person. And they live in a much lower life. I mean, they don't go about telling people, okay, cut off his head. Because they don't want to draw attention to all that power.
That's a brilliant point.
It's very difficult to know where power really lies in the 21st century.
Pageantry conceals ordinariness. Our flags, our processions, all this pageantry, all this ritual, all this ceremony helps us to believe there is a United States of America. There is an England. It's not just a sort of an economic idea and a bit of land and some powerful people exploiting the vulnerable. It's a thing. It's a flag. There's an eagle. There's a symbol. There's a history. It's real. But bit by bit, you unpick and you unstitch and you discover there's nothing there except some powerful people exploiting some people without power. That is your America. That is your England. That is your Israel, your Saudi Arabia, all just myths and stories so that the powerful can continue to exploit the powerlessness, whether it's a crown on a head or some stars and stripes on a flag. So first thing that people have to be disabused of is their myths of nationalism, or then whatever myth it is that's preventing them from acting in their own interests.
No, it's more complicated than that.
It's more complicated than that, but we've got to get people moving.